Okay, Tancred, where are we going? Well, if I don't always say sake, let us be quick. I would be ashamed or eternally to find that they had been made to play one game too many. Now, the place we seek is the abandoned manor of a nobleman and scholar. A Bookman's Shelf, it's called, after the fellow's vast collections of tomes. An agreeable habitat for a friend. I'm sure you'll agree. If we follow path north, we should find the place. Come along. Seven to the northeast is like up there. Or is it on this side? Oh, it's right there. See it. Or, no, is that lily pads? Never mind, those are lily pads. Dormy, I suck at directions, apparently. It's on top of the house. Place is so bloody pretty. I don't know why I did that. As soon as I land in the water, I'm gonna get dismounted again. I make this joke a lot, but to a lot of people, the real endgame is, in fact, glamours, and they will do... Like, the whole point of doing dungeons, progressing the game, is to get access to different clothing items, so that they can look a certain way. And the clothing items fit different different races differently, obviously. So, like, some people will Fantasia because they've designed a glam they really like, but it doesn't fit their current race-gender combo properly. Or they're not allowed to wear it as their current gender. So they'll switch. Just for that purpose. And here we are at long last. I give you Morianger's humble abode. Come, let us see if he's home.
Urianger, are you in? Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends her way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon. Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails. Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside.
But...
What the hell, Thancred?
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind. I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
Some of them.
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed. For spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil.
That's not good. What the hell, Garleans?
To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order
No. No! Unacceptable.
were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee.
What is it showing me wearing?
An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th Umbral Calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart?
Elements.
Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active; umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
We would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged.
Stop bad thing
We are to
happen.
eliminate the Light Warden of Ilmeg.
Oh, yeah, that.
Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Leargear, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
Now that you're here, I'll stop hiding in the library. My friend, ere I speak of the task at hand, there is a question I would pose to thee. What thinkest thou of mine appearance? Take up astrology. Indeed, though the night be lost, Behind the shroud of blinding light, doubt not but the stars shine still. I have chosen to avail myself of their guidance, that I might navigate the sea of uncertainty that stretcheth before us. Thus, for a blessing, my prior studies of astrology did provide me with adequate grounding in the art. But enough of that myself. Let us now speak of our task. As I did mention, if we would enter Lea Gia, we must needs gain the pixies' cooperation. This is a simple matter of presenting unto them a suitable gift. I shall procure a selection of viands that shall please their palates. Thancred shall pray assist me in this endeavour. Meanwhile, Markon, I bid thee obtain that which will please their eyes. In these parts, there abideth a violkin node for its beauteous wings, the hawker. I shall lend thee a receptacle with which thou mayest capture a weakened specimen. Shouldn't we just, like, take its wings? Of late, Orianger has been paying us no mind. He always used to have time for us, but now he is busy with other things. He leaves us with no choice but to play tricks on him. That's right, we're going to play tricks on Orianger, and you're going to help us prepare them. First of all, we need to draw water from Handmere Lake. Come and meet me by the water. Uh-huh. You. Oh, you're Orianger's friend, aren't you? Will you not lend me a hand? You see, Orianger's home is drab and dull. Never mind to decorate it. Make it bright and beautiful. If you were to help out, it'd make it all the more special. First of all, we need some whirlweeds. Pretty little plant that grows in the water. You usually trade with a Fuath for it, but seeing as you can swim, you can harvest some for us. You should be able to find the weed in the lake where there's a sunken church. While you take care of this, I'll go and pick us lots and lots of beautiful flowers. Afterwards, let's meet back here for the decorating. See you soon. So, Hawker somewhere over there. Right there. Oops. I wasn't supposed to kill it. There, got it. Sorting on to the east. Vaulting refreshments. For our trek, we need nice, clean water, and I want you to carry it. But normal carrying is insufferably boring. That's why I've asked the fairies who dwell in these parts to make an exciting game out of it. Try and carry the water back to the bookman's shelves without dying, you hear? And don't be too slow either. Slow is boring. Deliver the heavy barrel to the dispirited pixie at bookman's shelves. You'll have 90 seconds. Return to the starting. Be wary of attacks from enemies. Yada yada yada. Okay, 90 seconds to make it back there. Timed run. Don't run into anything. Party travel. So that's done. Here. 1 and 1 out of 5 and 4. Oh man, how is that gonna make it here in 90 seconds? 48. Well, you actually came back alive. Most don't, so give yourself a pat on the back. How will you use this water, you ask? We'll boil it and then pour it into a pot with some withered leaves. Spruce is a foul brown water that Yoranjay absolutely loathes. Now, while I prepare the water, I want you to go and fetch a fragrant treat from the cabinet over in the corner. That's another thing that Orianjay loathes. Am I making him tea? Bot returned. Was that able to capture a hawker? Yeah, huh? A truly magnificent set of wings. I shall treat them at once to make the past their vibrant colours. Thancred too should return anon, upon which I shall ready all the items for presentation. Pray make thine ease meanwhile.
"'Tis done. The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts. Ah, lest I forget. White auracite, newly forged for thy use. Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary, our eternal enemies. Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence."
Well, that seems smart. Very Orianjay-esque. I thought it was just for the books.
May I come in now?
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
Why you gotta be a dick, Thancred? Did you finish your homework? Then you can come in.
That's my girl, thank you. I should probably explain. Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me. Which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether. I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Really? May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire. Hast thou spoken to her of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past. Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armarang, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. It was there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Oh, haven't had one of these in a while.
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
You can't.
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel. One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope. In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
Good.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair!
There is theirs.
I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Can say goodbye.
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
Sorry, bro. People die. It's a thing that happens. Sucks.
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred. Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me. There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path. When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Minfilia, wait!
Nope.
What happened?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it. I have told her many things. Where we came from, what we fight for. But of that day, I have not spoken.
I want this to end.
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long. Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
Just one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Leader Loran.